If a war were to suddenly break out in the world, then a perfectly hidden shelter like this, concealed inside a tree stump and built entirely with reinforced concrete, could absolutely guarantee your safety. It's not only spacious and comfortable inside, but the interior design rivals that of a five-star hotel. Even if Season 3 suddenly began, you could live inside without worrying about your life being in danger. One day, while William was out cycling, a massive tree stump blocked his path. Judging by its diameter, it must have been at least 100 years old. If it were transformed into a shelter, it would definitely be both well hidden and secure. With that thought, he immediately used chalk to draw lines on its surface, outlining the general entrance of the shelter. He then measured the stump's length and width and spent 3 days drafting a detailed blueprint. To build an underground shelter, the first problem to solve is access, so William drilled holes along the marked lines and fixed wooden pegs in place to prevent cracking during cutting. He then took out all his tools and set up pulleys above the stump. Of course, he also stretched level lines around it. Every segment was carefully measured with a level to ensure the construction error would not exceed 1 millimeter. Unfortunately, it wasn't ideal weather for building. Thick fog filled the forest and it rained continuously, but William didn't mind. With the help of his tools, he quickly created the entrance to the shelter. Since the shelter was completely hidden underground, the opening couldn't be too large. He only needed to install a fitting at the bottom and secure wooden beams in the middle. Just like that, a perfect main door was completed. Next came hollowing out the interior. It was a massive project that required tremendous physical effort, but for the sake of having a home, William felt it was all worth it. He dug bit by bit, using the pulley to haul the soil out gradually. After a week, the interior was tall enough for him to stand upright, and the space was wide enough to accommodate a family of 3. After measuring everything again with a level, he transported sand and gravel inside, spreading them evenly across the floor to waterproof, harden, and reinforce the foundation. Although working alone was exhausting, William persevered. After all, he had a family to support. The responsibility on his shoulders kept him from giving up. If he wanted a better life, he had to work hard to build his home and attract more viewers and followers in the process. To achieve this goal, he not only paid close attention to construction details, but also pursued better filming quality. He experimented with different camera angles and shot compositions. The only drawback was that his current phone's camera quality was poor. Any slight sunlight would cause blurry footage. Since he cared about production quality, he reluctantly bought a new phone, but this purchase drained much of his savings. What frustrated him more was that the filming process only lasted a few days. Buying a brand new phone outright wasn't very cost-effective. Instead of spending so much money, he could have rented one from a reliable platform. Renting the latest iPhone 17 from a service like Renrenzu would have been more economical. Same city delivery, next day arrival, platform guarantees, and coverage for damages. Cameras, computers, tablets, almost anything can be rented. It saves money and is reliable. After sealing the ceiling, he buried the exposed exterior parts. From a cross-sectional view, you can see that the shelter entrance has double-layer protection, ensuring maximum security. While camouflaging the outside, William also buried ventilation pipes and installed solar panels for power generation, allowing him to have electricity even in the wilderness. With electricity available, essentials like air conditioning, refrigerator, and television became indispensable. Any excess power was stored in battery packs, so even on rainy days there would be no shortage of electricity. After finishing the first room's decoration, he moved on to the second, applying fireproof paint, laying flooring, wrapping wall corners, and bringing in furniture and appliances. With his careful finishing touches, the wooden house gradually felt more like a real home. If friends visited, it could even serve as a guest room. Once the power system was activated, all appliances operated smoothly. With air conditioning installed, he no longer had to worry about dampness or darkness inside. William was extremely satisfied with the final result. It was truly every man's dream secret base. With its strong security and exceptional concealment, even if Season 3 suddenly began, he could stay there peacefully until it was over.